Good morning everyone, my name is Yashasvi Singh and today I am going to simulate a web browser navigation on a doubly linked list. For recording, I am using the OBS software. For the code itself, I am going to use the VS Code, and for writing and notes, I am going to use the Excalibur. So first let us go and see what the scope of our project actually is. So here I have already written it in advance. So web browser navigation in doubly linked list. So the concept of our project is to simulate a basic web browser navigation system, which basically means we have to go forward and backward using a doubly linked list, just like you do in a browser, for example, uh, Wikipedia. So let's first understand what a doubly linked list actually is. So it is a complex data structure in which a node has two pointers, in which one pointer is in the direction of the previous node in the list and the other pointer is towards the forward node in the list, and each of the nodes contain some value. This allows the user to efficiently travel both ways into the list. For example, from here, since we are using a doubly linked list, the user can move forward to N1 and the user can also move forward, the user can move backward to N1, the user can also move forward to N3 and similar wise. So this thing, the N1, N2 and N3 part, is what we call the head. And these arrows are what we call a pointer. So this is essentially a node which is pointing in both the directions, as you can see. The N2 points towards N1 and N3 as well. So these type of doubly linked lists are especially helpful in web browser because often you have to go back and forth. So instead of starting a new browser in a singly linked list in which you cannot go backwards, instead of opening a new tab and doing everything once again, you can just click on these arrow buttons and go forward and backward as you wish. And similar thing we are going to do in our project. We are going to move backward and forward from example.com, google.com and OpenAI. As you can see, just like earlier, N2 can go back to N1 and N3. Similarly, you can be on Google and you can go back to example.com, you can go back to Google again, and you can go to OpenAI and you can come back to Google without any problem. So we are going to first show a sequence of page visits, then we are going to navigate to a new page, and then we are going back to the previous page, going forward to the next page if the back button was used. So we are just going to demonstrate everything that I said. And now for the main part, we are going to use VS Code, which I have already opened here, and I have already taken the trouble of making a Python file. I'm using Python because Python comes more easy to me. It is also the language which has been taught to us in the university. So I'm going to use Python for my code. So I will provide you all with a line by line explanation. So let's start with class node. So here we are making a new node. So the node itself will have the URL of only one website here. And it's kind of crazy, but yeah, the modifications that I have in my VS Code, it kind of already predicts what the next code is going to be. So like uh, def oh sorry def init. No, that was a mistake. Def init self URL, and here is a second. Hey, it is grossly unfair. But since it's a project, I am not going to use that self dot URL, and that's visible because I have kind of executed the code before to check whether it is running or not. So yeah, it's because of that. Self URL is pretty URL, and then self dot previous self dot next. Let's continue. Here, the self URL is basically the website we are currently on. The self.previous is the website we were previously on. The self.next is the website we will going to. So in the diagram, if we go according to our diagram, here your self.url is node 2, your self.previous is node 1, and your self.next is node 3. Sorry about that. So let's continue on our next line of code. Introduce the class browser navigation. Now this class will keep a history of the website user has been to. It will help the user to move back and forth. So that's why the new class browser nation has been created. Now let's yes, that's not the whole correct code though. Hence I am having some issues. Uh, so we are using the constructor method for a class of browser navigation. It initializes the attributes here to keep track of the page. So because of this, we will be able to keep track of which page we are on, like whether we are on current, whether we are on previous, whether we are on next. So let's move forward and press enter. Uh, yes, I'm getting a lot of Discord notifications. Sorry for that. So dot current is equal to this attribute holds the current web page in the browser. It is initially set to 0 because we haven't actually started visiting any other pages, you can say. Like we are on page node 0. If we go to another page, then the attribute will change, and like of course we have to code more for that. And sorry about that. I went to the wrong def visit self def visits self URL and a new node. This is for the new node. URL. Oh, wait, what happened? Yeah, thankfully I got scared for a moment. Node is going to node URL if self dot current basically means if we are on the current node, like the initial one, then new dot previous self dot cl. So if like the it basically puts a condition that if you are on the current node, for example, if you are on the starting node, then it will move back to the then the previous node will become our current node, which means we will move to the previous node, which will become our current, and then dot current dot next, and then our current node will become the next. Oh, I have a habit of pressing shift with enter, so I am deeply sorry about it. No, 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 no. Yes. Self dot current is equal to node and current if uh, visited so nice. I can see why people always suggest VS Code to me. And now we are going to make a new class which is going to be def back. It is made to navigate back to the previous. Mm, it is to navigate back to the previous page. And now we are going to make the condition if self dot current and self dot current dot previous, we have placed if self dot current is equal to self dot current dot previous. Right. Current page self dot URL else. Print 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 no previous page, and that's it. And now it's time to explain this class. What I'm doing is writing one whole class and then explaining it rather than doing line by line. So like we have made def self. It's as I said previously, it's a method to recall back to navigate back to the previous page, and self.current ensures that it's a current page. Self.current.previous ensures that the current page has a previous page to navigate back to. It's not like, for example, this page doesn't has any previous page to navigate back to. That's it going to help. The self.current.previous page is going to help us with that. And if both conditions are met, this moves the current pointer to the previous page by setting so like if both conditions are true, then the self.current page pointer goes back to the previous page. Otherwise, it will print there's no previous page, since there is no previous page to actually go back to. And now def forward, it is going to be pretty similar to def.back, except this time we are uh, going to do it for the forward. So if self.current is so if self.current similar, it is going to check whether it has a next page to actually go back to, and if both the conditions are met, then uh, self.current is equal to self.current next, then our current page pointer will move forward to the next page, and it will replace itself with that, and then print current page self dot, and then it will change the URL of the current page with the next. Sorry, I forgot to mention it last time. The previous this piece of code changes the URL itself if all the conditions are met. Otherwise, print no next page. Now we are going to do the thing for which this project is called a simulation. We are going to take a demo case, and then we are going to proceed forward with it. So here, as I have written, this is going to be a demonstration of the code that we have written. Now, browser, sorry, wait a second, is it? Yes, it is. And then browser dot visit. So first site should we visit? First, let's visit Google. www.google.com, and then browser dot visit ASIT. Visit www.youtube.com, and then browser dot visit, and the last browser we are going to visit is OpenAI. OpenAI dot and then browser dot back, and again browser dot back, and browser dot forward, then browser dot visit. I don't know, stack or dot com or www. Stack or dot com, browser follow, and our code is complete. Now it's time to run it, and just need to do one thing more. See, this will make the browser visit to Google, then back to YouTube, then GitHub, and then forward. But when we go back to the Stack Overflow, there would be no place to go forward to, so it will basically write no forward page. And now we are just going for run. And as you saw, visited Google, it visited YouTube, it visited GitHub, and then it navigated back from GitHub to YouTube, then it navigated once again, double back to Google again, and then it navigated forward to YouTube. But It afterward uh, to Stack Overflow. After that, it visited Stack, but there was nothing forward to Stack. There was no place that we visited in forward to Stack for it to be shown here. So that's it. Here is my video.